Hi, my name is Ben, and welcome to On the Fly. In case you haven't already guessed from the binoculars and the bird shirts, I really like birds. So I've started this channel as a way to hopefully share this obsession with you and maybe encourage you to go outside and look for birds around you, because they're really amazing creatures and I love them. Right now I'm on beautiful central Vancouver Island, just near the Little Qualicum Estuary, which is about 2-3 kilometers from the main beachfront in Qualicum Beach. It's a really great place for birding. The mix of fresh water and salt water from the Little Qualicum River coming into the Salish Sea creates a lot of nutrients, which means there's a lot of bird life. I've already seen probably 200-300 Brant geese fly by. There's a whole bunch of gulls out there. So without further ado, let's go see what we can find. It's a very windy day, but I don't think the birds care too much about that, so we should be okay. Oh, there, we just had a northern flicker across the road. Probably shouldn't be birding and driving. This is one of the things about birding. Birders make the worst drivers because easily distracted. But alrighty, so here we are at the Little Qualicum Estuary. Tide's really far out, so most of the birds are also pretty far out, which makes them kind of tough to see. It is extremely windy and quite cold, but that's all part of the adventure of it. There's a whole whack of Brant geese, as I expected. They're all feeding and resting over there. I don't want to get too close. It's important that they have their space, because they are in the middle of a very long migration, so they need to have their time to sit and relax. I've got my long lens here, so hopefully I can get some kind of okay shots so you can kind of tell. And then I think I've got older shots I could show you as well. While it's impossible for me to pick a favorite, in my opinion, Brant are among the coolest geese we have in North America. They've got a super slick, tuxedo-like plumage going on with a very classy white necklace. They're pretty small as geese go, so on my patented goose cuteness scale, I'd say they rank about an 8. Not quite as cute as a Ross's goose, but cuter than a cackling goose, if you know what I mean. The subspecies we get here are called black Brant, and they are incredible long-distance migrants. The majority of black Brant nest at Eisenbeck Lagoon in western Alaska. Once they're finished hatching the next generation, they head south and winter along the Pacific coast, going as far south as Baja California in Mexico. Right now, the Brant are on their way to the breeding grounds. Each year, beginning in February and peaking in March, thousands of Brant gather on the east coast of Vancouver Island to feed on eelgrass and recharge as they make their way north. Brant also time their migration to coincide with the Pacific herring spawn, which happens in March, so that they can feed on the protein-rich herring eggs. While at the estuary, I noticed piles of these herring eggs stuck to seaweed on the beach. Delicious. Because they are on such a long journey, it's important that we let them do their thing. In Parksville and Qualicum, many sections of the beach are closed to dogs, so the Brant are here. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't read the signs and bring their dogs anyway. Dogs often end up chasing the Brant, which cause them to flee, expending energy they can't afford to lose. I highly recommend getting out there and looking for Brant, though. They're super charismatic, super cute, quite skittish, so you can't get very close, but if you bring binoculars, you can get pretty good views. It's super neat to think about how, just a few weeks ago, these geese were all the way in Mexico, and in a few weeks' time, they'll be up in Alaska. Fingers crossed the rest of their migration goes smoothly. After watching the Brant for a while, I continued on down the beach toward the Little Qualicum River. For the most part, things were fairly quiet. It was nice to see these bald eagles, though, attempt to take off into the wind only to get swept backwards. There were also quite a few ducks, including mallards, American widgeon, and common merganser, to name a few. Most of them were pretty far away, so none of my footage turned out great, but that's birding for you. Overall, I had a really fantastic time at the Little Qualicum Estuary, as always, even though the weather was less than ideal. It's a really great spot if you're ever looking to do some birding in the area, and I would highly, highly recommend it. Thank you so much for watching. I had a blast making this, and I'm hoping to make some more videos like this in the future, so stay tuned for some more bird content coming your way, and happy birding.